Well, hey, y'all, what's going on? Hey, this is a CJ5. That's right, and it's a 1968. And you know, we're going to do an oil change today. That's right, we're going to do an oil change. So I don't know if you got a CJ5 or you got a similar type vehicle. But we're going to run through a little oil change here. Hopefully make it easy on you. And, hey, there ain't no buttons to push. Ain't no subscribing necessary. Get yourself something to eat, maybe like a Twinkie or some other Hostess product. And you just sit back now, put your bare feet up on the table, have some fun. We're going to get this done. All right, you take care. I'll see you in just a second. Here we are, stage 2. All right, next thing you got to do is make sure you have the right products in hand. So I'll be right back. I'm going to come over here. You got to get one of these. That's right. This is a Willys filter. It's an oil filter, number 51049. It says right here on the package, quality filtration since 1939. That's a long time. But don't worry, this wasn't built in 1939. That just means it's when it was started. So you want to take it out of the package, just like that. See, now you got all kinds of instructions right there. And what's great, you don't even have to know how to read. That's right. You got one here. It has a picture of a little hand and such. You got to put a little oil here. You got to spin it and all. Hey, we're going to do all them things. And we're going to follow the pictures. That's right. Little sketches make it easy for us. You can see down here, this is where the threads are. These are the threads. And then you got this little rubber seal. Very, very important. You put a little bit of oil on there. That holds it up nice and tight up on that engine block. Okie doke. And you want to put a little bit of oil inside there just to get it started, see? All right. Don't forget, it's number 51049. That's the first step. Okie doke. You got that. Now the next thing here, you want to get yourself a quality motor oil product like this one. This is Shell Rotella T4 Triple Protection. Okie doke. And we're getting a 15W40. That's the kind that calls for. It's very important that you read the manual for your Jeep. You want to find out. If that don't say, or if you don't have one, talk to some of your friends. They could also tell you. This in here, this is just a gallon. It's supposed to be enough. We're going to see. We got to make sure. I'll show you how to do that too later. All right. And then the next thing. You got to watch out for them bumpers. You got a knee like me. Woo! I got lots of bruises on my knee from hitting that thing. I'm also going to put a Lucas product in there. This is high performance oil stabilizer. The reason I'm putting this in here, well, there's a lot of different reasons. I was talking to my Jeep friend. He told me all about it. So make sure to put this product when you change your oil. It's an old engine. It's been around since 1968. Don't forget, you got to take care of it. So, this says it's going to seal worn cylinders. It says it's going to eliminate some dry starts. It's a #1 cause of wear in new engine. Oil is not enough, so they say, for the Dauntless 225 V6. So, you might want to get yourself some of this as well. Okie doke. All right. Oh, yeah. You want to make sure to have oil pan, of course. Why would you not do that? You don't want to spill oil all over the floor. That's right. Then your wife comes in here and she slips in her slippers, flies across the garage, messes up her elbows and such. Don't do that. All right? You want to make sure to have a nice, safe, clean shop where you're working. Okay. Now, you want to get started. You want to make sure that your engine is warm. Okay? You don't want a cold engine. You want a warm engine. So we're going to get this thing a little bit warmed up, and then we're going to get started. We'll see you real soon. got it all a little bit warmed up now. We need to warm it up a little bit longer than that. I didn't do much right there. But I think we're ready to get started, folks. All right, let's quit fooling around now. Let's get started here. Take these dudes off there. Spring loaded, lift that bonnet up. And there she is. All right, so let's go ahead and find that filter. Here, come here for a second. Let me just show you where it's at. All right, there she is. That's our oil filter. We're going to take that sucker out. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take off this oil cap, the filler cap. You can look down inside there. You can see some old black oil. Yeah, that's right. We're going to get rid of that old nasty oil, and we're going to put in some good stuff. Take this and put it somewhere where you don't forget it, folks. All righty, now we're ready to go down there and drain this oil. Okay, we're to the fun part now. So what you want to do, get yourself a 9/16 inch socket. And I got myself a ratchet here as well. And then you want to grab something, a receptacle. I picked my wife's Tupperware. I think she'll be okay. She holds the stationery in there. We just have to clean off with some good soap and water when we're all done. So get that position down under there. And then we're going to loosen that sucker up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not too bad. Uh-oh. Got a bad right. Oh, no, it's okay. Anyways, I'm going to just keep loosening that dude up. That Tupperware's in the way a little bit. Get that dude loosened up. Here it comes. We're going to strike oil in a second now. You want to do this without wearing rubber gloves. Oh, I don't have any. Oh, I think we're okay. All right, get to where we can do it by hand. Now, here we go, folks. I told you this is the fun part now. Are you ready? It's going to be some black oil. I'm going to hold it up there just to the last second. Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, this is fun times. It's taking a long time. All right. I think we're about ready to fill that sucker. Here we go. There she goes. That's right. Just like a cow out there in the field. You can see that's pretty black, syrupy stuff now. We're going to give that some fresh oil. It's been a long time. Hopefully not since 1968. I'm going to turn this off now because it's take a while to drain all that oil out. You can just take a break if you want to. Go get yourself a Twinkie. I'll talk to you later. All right, so you want to make sure that plug gasket, if it has a plug gasket on there, that's on there real good, see? Yep, and then you want to get back down in there. And once that thing's finished draining, so we're going to go ahead and thread this dude carefully right in there. Make sure them threads are right. See, what I want to do here, I'm going to try to dry this off this area all around here real good like, so that when we start this dude up later, you can see if it's got any leaks. And this is an old oil pan, so it's possible these ain't no brand new cars, so you got to check it out. Take that old dirty oil, see, and it's good for soaking your feet on a hard day. I'm just kidding. You won't want to do that. Anyways, you want to dispose of that fluid properly. One thing you want to do when you're doing an oil change on your Jeep is you want to put a blue pumpkin somewhere on the fender. That's for good luck, say, when you're doing your oil change. I'm just kidding. Don't ever do that. That's nonsense. Don't put no blue pumpkin on your Jeep. Regardless of how good that sounds, it ain't going to do nothing for you. Alrighty now. Next thing you want to do is you want to get yourself an old paint tray like this one. Doesn't have to be white on the inside like mine. It could be different color like blue or pink or, you know, whatever, whatnot. And you want to put that down underneath, somewhere underneath where your oil filter is. Because when you take off your oil filter, see, it's going to drain and leak down underneath. And you don't want to make too much of a mess down there. All right, so we got to position that dude with your foot or whatever. It's going to be draining straight down. Okay. Like, I'll move it over just a bit more. Hopefully we don't make a mess. All righty. Now, next thing is get yourself one of these dudes. That's a Pennzoil makes this product, and I like to call these the possum whips. You can whip possums with it. Oh, no cruelty to animals, but possums can be kind of a nuisance. Anyways, the way it works is you take that sucker, you wrap it around your oil filter, and you run this dude through there, see? And then you pull that tight. Pull that tight, and that gives you a nice grip around that oil filter. This particular oil filter, you can't get to it with your traditional oil filter socket, see? I'll show you why right now. Usually what you can do is you can use one of these dudes. Problem is, on these Jeeps, if you got an old oil filter like that, it's kind of big, you put that thing down in there, uh-oh, look at that. That frame is right in the way. It gets right in the way, so you can't use it. So, take that thing, you just throw that off to the side. Take your new special Pennzoil whip, possum whip, I call it. Wrap that dude around there. Make sure it's on there tight. Okay, pull that thing tight. And now watch this. This is kind of magical. I hope if it works. And you just kind of start. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. And then you do it again. See, you just keep on going. Just keep on going. Don't give up now. Keep on doing that. Pretty soon you're going to have a leak coming out here, but it's okay. There we go. Now you get it to where it's going to go hand resistant. So what I like to do at this point is position that tray, make sure it's in the right spot, and I think it is, and then we're going to go ahead and take that off. So here we go. Carefully now. Yes, sir. Dropping it right down into that paint tray, just like we prophesied. Oh! Don't do that. Don't drop that oil. Oh, brother. Look at I made a mess now. You don't want to do that kind of mess. Anyways, what happened is she got real slippery like. Slipped right out of my hands. Look at that. I'm covered in oil. It's okay, though. It's okay. I got sawdust. We can clean up this mess. But anyways, that's what you want to do. All right. Now, as you saw, we made a big old mess over there, but it's all right. Life is full of messes, you know. Now we're going to take this dude and we're going to put him on. Before we do so, what we want to do, see, is take a little bit of this new oil, open that up. I'm trying not to make too many messes now. Oh, look at that. See, I got a little oil in there, but here's what I'm going to do, a little special trick, see. I'm going to put that cap on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Shake that up a bit. Bring that over. All right, now take some of that oil right there on your fingertip. And you're just going to nicely smooth that right around that gasket. Just like so, that rubber gasket. That's going to create a nice seal. It's going to create a nice seal when you put that dude on. All right? Look at that. Make sure there's no debris. Try to get that debris off of there. A little bit of paint scraps. All right? And then, take a little bit of that oil. Just a little bit now. You're going to pour some of that in there. A little bit. That's going to kind of get him started. Okie doke. All right, now, if your filter on some cars was straight up and down, okay, that's one thing. This car's at an angle, so I don't want to fill it all the way to the top, see, because I don't want that spilling all over the floor. Not like I would do that, right? All right, we got a mess to clean up later, but let's go ahead and put this right in. Let's go ahead and take this new oil filter. I got that nice seal there, and we're going to gently hand thread that sucker. Hand thread that dude just right on there like so. Keep steady pressure now. There we go. It's going on just right. Yes, sir. All right. Now you want to make sure it's good on there tight. You don't got to squish it down with some torque wrench or nothing. Just make sure she's on there good. All righty. Oh yeah. I think that'll do it. Good to go. There she is. She's on there now. Now we got to put some oil up on the top side. All right, then we're on the other side of the engine. And we're going to find ourselves a good funnel like, oh, that's filthy. You don't want that. You don't want that nonsense in there. You got to clean that dude out. Make sure that's clean as good as you can. There we go. All the way through. Yeah, that's a little dust in there. Clean that sucker out. All right, nice and clean. Put that right there in the fill area. Yeah, if you need to, let's pull that dipstick out of there. Kind of, she's in the way. There we go. Put her off to the side, see? Now, I got to fill that dude up, okay? So, I take my Rotella T4 triple protection, and I got to remember now, did I put the plug back in the oil pan? Check. Did I put the oil filter on nice and snug? Check. We're ready to go. Okie doke, folks. So we're going to be careful about this now. Very careful, see? Woo! Woo, yeah. All right, put a little bit in there. See how it goes down. Not too bad. Let's put a little bit more in there. See how she goes down. And that engine, as you can see, that Dauntless 225 V6 is drinking that up just like a cat drinks milk. It's going to help it run nice and smooth, see? There we go. All right, this is getting kind of boring for you. However, one thing I want to show you, see, is that while I'm putting that in there, I'm also going to put in my Lucas Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. We're going to put some of that in there too. And see what you want to notice on this sucker. Right here on the back, it says use 20% of system capacity. For example, 1 quart of stabilizer with 4 quarts of motor oil. That's exactly what we're doing. So we're going to put that Lucas product in there as well. You notice that's a little bit thicker, like honey from the comb. So I'm going to put a little bit in there right now. Yes, sir. And then I'm going to put some more motor oil in there. I'm going to go back and forth like that until we fill this engine up. And it's full of good stuff, just like a Thanksgiving dinner. There we go. Be careful now. Don't get carried away, folks. Don't get carried away. Take your time. Just like when you're shining your shoes. You don't want to go too fast. Take your time, do it right. All right, I'm going to keep doing that till the whole thing's filled up now. All righty now. You want to make sure you put that dipstick back in there when you finish filling that thing up. And this dipstick, a little bit hard to get in there. And you want to pull that dude out. Yes, sir. Oh, that's a long one. All right. And you want to look. What do you see? See that? Check that out. Nice and clear. And exceeds the line actually, but that's okay a little bit. And we'll put that baby back in there. This guy goes in. It's a little hard to get this dude in there, so take your time. Don't bend it. Don't screw it up. Yeah, this one's 1968. They've been doing that. Put that dude all the way back in there. Alrighty. And then you want to make sure everything's cleaned up and get that oil off there. If you don't like to smell that burning oil, clean that up the best as you can. You're going to clean that funnel up. You're going to put that cap back on there. There we go. Cap's on, dipstick's in, oil's in, additives in. Check, all this stuff's good to go. We got a mess on the floor we got to clean up in a second. We got the oil pan plug in there. We got the oil filter. We are good to go, folks. So once we get that floor cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and start this baby up and see how she runs. That's right. Hopefully a good, nice sound. Alrighty, then we got the bay door opened up, so the exhaust will fly out the back. We're going to go ahead and start this Buffy up, see how she sounds. You stay right here and watch. We're going to check for leaks underneath as well. Alrighty then, we just finished up a little test drive there with our National Old Trails Road, California. And this sucker ran just fine. That's right. Oil pressure and everything was looking good. Yeah, had a good old time there. Hey, I tell you what, now what we want to do is look back underneath there and see if we got any issues. See if we have any oil leaks. I don't think so. I think we're ready to go. Alright, so here's what happened then. We took her around the block and we just tested her out. I brought her back in and she had a little bit of oil leak. So I tightened her down, just another turn, a little half a turn. And then I cleaned her all up, took her back out there again, took her around the block. We ain't got a single leak. So she's good to go. However, probably a good idea to keep an eye on that sucker. Now and then, she might have a little leak. Remember, she's in 1968. She's been around a long time, this girl. Okay, so we come to the conclusion of our program for today. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll talk to you next time.